doing an intro for my vlog. Today is Thursday. So there's so much I want to talk about this week. There's just a lot going on. There's just so much going on. I cannot believe this week. This week has just been absolutely insane as far as the news. And just, I feel like there's just so much going on, and like I'm preparing to do stuff and I don't even know. There's just so much going on, and we should just get into it. Well, DJ came over and I was just cleaning up after he left, like cleaning up dishes, and he was teaching me like kind of a trick to cleaning up, and he said he really gets into it because he like puts music on and stuff, and like he can get through any task if he just has a good playlist. And I was like, well, let me put on some punk music and I'll see if I can like do some extra cleaning. So I was cleaning out my air fryer and I was cleaning out my microwave to like some punk music, and I like took out my trash, and it's looking pretty clean in here now. So I got that done. So I was feeling pretty good about myself. Because I was like looking around and I was like, that's kind of dirty. Like that looks kind of gross. So I just did my budget for the month and I'm doing pretty good. Paid some bills. Life of an adult. I was trying to see Wuthering Heights last night, but I was too tired to go to the movies. Isn't that how it goes? I did take a sacred bath last night. I was talking to my guy friend. Oh, I got kind of hung up on that. So, there's a couple things I want to talk about just to get started. I'm not doing a weekly vlog necessarily this week. I did film a couple things, but I wanted to start kind of today on stuff. So last weekend, I was at the gym, and my guy friend was coming over on that evening, and so we were texting that morning, and I was just kind of scrolling through the news, and the U.S. invaded Iran as I'm at the gym, and I was like, are you kidding me? Is this really happening? So I'm like texting him like news articles and stuff. And like, yeah, I was like, this is another Iraq. This is really happening this is quicker than Iraq, because at least Iraq had like some, due process with it. But I was like, this cannot be happening. And they're calling it, they called it Epic Fury. I thought they would call it Iron Fury. And I was like, but, so DJ was calling it, he's talking about the Odin system, because I was like, oh, well, but, because we were talking about how they don't want to destroy the land, because Israel wants to use the land, because they're colonizers, so they want to keep the land intact. I was like, if that's not the reality of the situation, because Israel wants to expand as much as possible into the Middle East. And that's kind of the TLDR, that's why they talked about Iraq, and that's why they talked about Iran, is that they want to expand into the Middle East as much as possible. They want to control as much land as possible in the Middle East. I don't know. It feels very despoty. Like controlled by despots by doing stuff like that. Like, I don't know. Why do stuff like that? Because it's just going to piss people off and just make people upset. Like, I don't know. And it's just going to be a waste of resources. I was reading an article yesterday, about how Iranian drones are cheap to manufacture, but the US military, in order to destroy the drones, are spending a lot more money. So it becomes a numbers game. Like, to destroy them takes a lot more money than it does to create them. So I don't know what the end game here is for the United States, what they're planning on doing, like what the end game here is. What is their plan? Because we went through Iraq for 20 years and then the Taliban just still took over. Are we going to spend another 20 years in Iran just for another Shah to take over? Because this is what it's looking like. So, so yeah, I'm dating this guy. I have been calling him my boyfriend just because, casual acquaintances, you don't know what to call him. Like your guy friend, the guy you're dating. So for like convenience purposes, like with like just casual acquaintances, I've been calling him my boyfriend. But like, he's technically not my boyfriend. But, he said he understood. Because I was like, because people are like, oh, how's your boyfriend? And I'm like, he's fine. But I just don't correct him. If they call him my boyfriend, I'm like, whatever. Because it's just easier to, like, not correct people. I like him a lot, though. Like, a lot. I feel like I'm falling, like, really fast for this guy. Like, I'm getting in deep. And, like, I don't know how to not fall so fast for this guy. Like, it's been a while since, like, I felt like this for somebody, like, that was thoughtful and kind and, like, texted me and was, sincere and genuine and just, like, sweet. This guy is sweet. And, like, I keep waiting for, like, the shoe to drop. Like, what's wrong? Like, what? Because when I was young, guys were like this all the time. Like, this was kind of like the norm. So, like, who raised this boy? Who raised this guy to be, like, so kind? And, like, because guys are not like this today. Guys have been, like, force-fed, like, alpha male podcasts and stuff like this to make them, like, mean. So how did I get so lucky? And I was like, where did you pop out of? Because, like, Michigan guys are, like, super, I don't know what it is, but they're just, like, super angry or super judgmental, or, like, they have drinking. Guys in the Midwest have drinking problems. Although he might have a drinking problem, but not that I can tell. He doesn't drink around me. He might drink socially, but he seems okay. He hasn't been tainted by the Midwest yet. He's got that California, like, joie de vivre. He's so pure, so wonderful. And it's something I can relate to because I've lived outside of the Midwest. So, and that it's what keeps me youthful is that, I keep that, like, that joy of life alive. You need that. You need that as you get older because, it's what keeps you young. It's what keeps you happy. A lot of people are like, especially during these hard times, like, there is war right now. There is a recession. There are bad times, and it's hard to stay positive. It's really hard to stay positive. But you need that positivity in your life. You need it because otherwise it just will crush you. It will crush you into a small ball, and it'll just make everything just, like, miserable. And, like, you'll fall into a depression, and it could ruin your life, but you can't let it, And he said that he spent most of his 20s in a depression. And I think that's why he is the way he is now, because I was like that too. You fall into those depressions, and then, you can't let it. Can't let it. Yeah, what is it about like mid-20s? Just like, it's that quarter life crisis where you're just like not sure what you want to do with your life or where you're going or what's happening. Just like fall into depression. I definitely don't feel like the same amount of like depression. Like I would never want to be like 26 ever again. That was like the worst time of my life. I hated being 26 because you just don't have it figured out. You just don't know what you're doing with your life. And there was just so much like, I don't know. I just hated 26. It was just a bad time. I was so broke. And I was so tired. And I was so hungry. I just remember being hungry all the time. And boomers was just blaming us for everything. And it was just so sad. The thing about it is that nobody tells you that these times are the best times. And that right now, as you're living your life, these are the good times right now. Right now is the good times. It may not seem like it, but right now is the good time. Right now, in this moment in your life, is the good time. With the people that you are around. Your parents, your lovers, your friends, it doesn't get much better than this. Right now is the golden time of your life. And it's always like that, because when you're present in your life, every moment is a golden moment. And my guy friend just texted me, so I have to go give him some credence. It just made me smile. But yes, every moment in your life is a golden moment. And you always have the opportunity to have a golden moment. And that's the beauty of it. That is the beauty of life, is that you're always have that possibility of a golden moment. I did a grocery pickup. I got some Coke Zero, and I got some Perrier. I like having drinks when my guy friend comes over. I also like having some blueberries because my guy friend likes snacks. Oh, these oranges don't look so good. I got some oranges. I got some tortillas because I'm making enchiladas. Some red enchilada sauce. Some crushed tomatoes. And some crumbles. I already have cheese, so. But I'm also doing a ritual to help my guy friend get a job. So I got some bay leaves and I got some cloves. And that's what the oranges are for, is to help him get a job. Plus I'm going to eat them. So that is my very small grocery haul. It cost $50. Very sad. So I'm creeping because I'm like thinking about my guy friend. I like him. I love him. I love him. I think he's cute and sexy and interesting and smart and funny. And he keeps like trying to come up with red flags because I was like, what's your problem? What's wrong with you? What's it do? I don't know what that accent was. Oh, Lordy. He's like, well, sometimes I hit my vape. He said I don't hit it when I'm at your house because I don't want to be rude. But I can go like 8 hours without hitting it. Some girls don't like that. So my guy friend came over last night and I really like him. I really, really, really like him. I told him for the first time that I love him. I said the L word. I don't think he took me seriously. I think that he thought that it was just like, you know, just talk. That I was just, you know, saying it. Say it. I was like, I don't say this. I don't say these things lightly. I said maybe once, like in my 20s, I said it like lightly, but like if you care about, I think the difference is like I love him, but I haven't fallen in love with him yet. There's a difference. Like, it is like, it's like when you get to know somebody. I said, because I told him like, I love you and all the parts I don't know about you yet. Like, that's how I feel about him. I said, like, I don't know, and like I'm scared that he's not gonna stay. That's what I'm so scared about. Like he just got here, and I feel like I'm so scared it's gonna be like just a passing thing. Like he's gonna be here and then he's gonna be gone. And I made enchiladas on Patreon. Let me show you what they look like. Hang on. You want to see what they look like? They're all bubbly. Oh, look at this. Hang on. Look at this. They're bubbling. They're bubbling. Oh, that's so much cheese. But, let me cut me off a piece and I'll keep talking. So I realized recently that I had been putting my life on hold, like in the last day or so, that I really liked this guy, and I'm starting to live again. Like, not that I wasn't living before or doing stuff before, but it's kind of like when you're single, when you're alone, doing things is fun, and you can have fun by yourself, but doing things with another person is a lot more fun. It's a lot more fun to do it with someone else and to have someone to talk to. The buddy system definitely is. It's a lot more fun to be with a partner, be with somebody, you know, to commentate on things, especially somebody who's unsmart. I just keep thinking, like, is this gonna work out? Or is this another doomed romance? Is this gonna be like all the others? Like in 3 or 4 years, is it just gonna be like, well, that was nice, but it's not gonna last. I don't know what's gonna happen with this guy. I like him. I like him a lot. Even if it's a doomed romance. Like, you ever watch Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind? Like, even when a romance is doomed, sometimes it's worth it. Maybe that's the TLDR. You just get what you get sometimes, and sometimes it's worth it. Because it's better to love. Oh, it's so good to love. Cat just scoffed at me. I'm so passionate about love. I bleed for love. I'm a poet for love. I want to write all the poetry about love. I want to write again. Maybe I'll write tonight. I've been writing him love letters. I told him tonight that in a letter that we are infinite beings having a cosmic experience. And that's why I'm non-binary. Because I don't quite fit into a gender binary. Because gender binary in the United States is such a limiting perspective that there's so much more than just this. And sure, I'll take it if you want to call me a woman, but I'm so much more than that. It's such a limiting belief of one gender or another.